Throughout his or her day-to-day life, an Aries man or woman is constantly bombarded with the need and the constant pressure to control his or her impulses. Okay? Aries is a super duper impulsive sign, okay? Whether that impulse is to tell someone, hey, I want to have sex with you, whether that impulse is to have sex with someone, whether that impulse is to cuss someone out, whether that impulse is to beat someone up, you know what I'm saying? Whether that impulse is to get violent, throw things, break things, whatever that impulse is, the Aries has to really control it and temper it and learn to nip it in the bud before the Aries actually goes through with that impulse. Okay? And that whole process can be really frustrating for an Aries man or woman, okay? And that can tend to make them angry, alright? So thank you for listening and watching this video. Check out the rest of my videos on my YouTube channel. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend Official. You can like me on Facebook at Lamarr Townsend Official. Um, Follow me on Instagram at Lamarr Townsend. Check out my Bandcamp. Follow me on SoundCloud. Follow me on Google+. Check out my website, Lamarr Townsend Tarot, where you can purchase your own personal, confidential, private, personal reading. All my readings are confidential, strictly confidential, and you are free to ask any questions you would like. They are $1 per minute. They are not free. You send me a list of questions, and I answer them. And of psychic tarot reading, I am a natural psychic, intuitive, empathic, clairvoyant, clairaudient tarot reader. Okay. And I would love to do a personal, confidential, private reading for you. So please check out my website, Lamarr Townsend Tarot, for that information. Or you can email me at lamarr.townsend@gmail.com. So, why do Aries men and women get so angered easily? Why are Aries men and Aries women so easily angered? Well, one of the reasons is because what I just mentioned is because they are constantly faced with the daily task of controlling their impulses. And Aries is just an very easily flustered, very easily angered sign. I find that Aries and Capricorn have that in common, where they just get easily angered and flustered by people. Aries gets angered and frustrated by Aries men and women get angered and frustrated by other people more so than anything else. Like, it's either because A, you didn't do something right, B, you did something, C, you didn't do something, D, you're just doing something that's irritating the Aries, and the Aries has to constantly check his or her impulse to not check you on that thing, or E, all of the above. Now, let's break it down bit by bit, okay? What are some things that you could be doing that would be making an Aries angry? Well, let's see. Aries is a sign that, while it is definitely, I believe it's the first sign in the zodiac. So Aries is kind of like, hold on, let me look this up real quick. What's the first sign? Zodiac. Don't judge me, please. Alright, we're not perfect. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. I just wanted to confirm that so I don't look stupid on this video, alright? So if you think about it, Aries is like the very first sign, the model sign of the zodiac, and it's kind of like Aries is a cardinal sign, so it's a leader, it's initiator, okay? So Aries is naturally a leader. It naturally leads people. It's a naturally confident sign. But it's a sign that's not gonna baby you, okay? While it's a leader, while he or she is the leader, they're not gonna baby you. They expect you to use your common sense. Okay, so if you have trouble using your common sense, you're gonna anger the Aries, okay? If you don't understand the difference between red and green, right from wrong, left from right, like you and the Aries are not gonna get along, okay? you're really not going to get along if if you and the Aries can't get along on common sense issues. You're really not going to get along as you get deeper into the relationship with an Aries, because as you get deeper into the relationship with an Aries, the Aries is going to start to become more comfortable, and the Aries is going to start to become more comfortable in voicing his or her opinions and beliefs and ideals, and those opinions, beliefs, and ideals may differ from yours. um, So hopefully you know how to debate, because Aries is a sign that likes to debate. Um, and it doesn't matter. Like, you could be someone who's like, oh, that's cool, Aries, but that's not my belief. My belief is this, this, and this. But it's chill. I'm not even worried about it. Like, what I'm saying? We all have our own differences. It's cool. Whatever. The Aries can be like, no, this is why my belief is right. This is why I'm right and you're wrong. And now what do you think about it? And then you're like, all right, Aries, like, I'm cool, I'm chilling, I don't think too much. I still don't think too much about it. Really, after all I told you, you still don't think anything about it. Well, how about this, this, and this? Like, now what? Like, the Aries is just really gonna feed you everything. Like, okay, the Aries just wants to kind of shove it down your throat that his or her opinion is right. Um, Here's the thing, though. All right. You have to know how to stand up to the Aries, okay? The Aries is actually going to respect you more for standing up to him or her than allowing you to let him or her walk all over you, alright? Um, so the Aries is just going to keep using you. The Aries is going to use you as a punching bag for as long as you allow him or her to use you as a punching bag, okay, what I'm saying? Whether it be literally a punching bag, like the Aries could be physically harming you, or verbally, emotionally, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, mentally. You just have to, don't be afraid to check the Aries and put the Aries in his or her place. And the Aries knows what I'm talking about, okay? They actually like it when someone who is worthy puts them in their place, okay? But you have to be worthy, you know what I'm saying? There can't be any plot holes in your belief system, or like your personality, you know what I'm saying? Because the Aries is going to pick at all those holes, and they're eventually going to just tear everything up and burn it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you just really have to be careful with Aries, okay? Um, so they just don't like dealing with common sense, alright? They don't like dealing with people who don't understand common sense. So okay, now what's something that you would do to the Aries that would make the Aries mad? Aries, I find, don't like to be embarrassed. Aries don't like to be embarrassed. So if you embarrass them, like if you purposely embarrass them as well, like, ooh, they get mad. They get so mad, so fiery, and you can see it in their face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, the Aries is walking, and you accidentally stick your foot out, or you're just walking out paying attention, and you don't see the Aries, and the Aries trips over your feet. But it's a total accident. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just a total happenstance. Happened by incident. Just happened by happenstance. You know what I'm saying? um, the Aries is gonna get mad at you still. Like, the Aries may play it off like, no, it's cool, but the Aries is gonna feel this fire burning inside of him or her to just punch you out, girl or boy. Okay, the Aries is just. But that's the thing. They're checking their impulse. They're really good at checking their impulses. The Aries are really good at checking their impulses, because it's something they have to do on a daily basis. All fire signs are impulsive, but Aries is the most impulsive of all the fire signs. The thing is, though, is that if you don't know the Aries well, if the Aries doesn't know you quite well, like if there isn't that familiarity in the relationship, like you might be acquaintances, or just like you might be strangers meeting for the first time, the Aries is going to check his or her impulses with you in the beginning of your relationship. Once again, whether those impulses be good or bad, okay, whether it be he or she wants to cuss you out or wants to have sex with you. Like the Aries is going to check those impulses, okay? However, the closer you get with the Aries, the more comfortable the Aries gets with you and vice versa, the more the Aries is going to act on those impulses, you know? So, just putting that out there. Um, so you do something that embarrasses the Aries, that's going to make them angry. Um, you call them out on something in front of a whole bunch of people. That's going to make them angry. They hate being unprepared for a debate or an argument. They really don't like it. They don't like being caught off guard with that. That makes them angry. So don't do that. Um, I almost want to say taking them, like surprising them sometimes. Like, even though they're spontaneous people, like taking them to, maybe one day you decide to take them to a new restaurant, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Like, that might make them, if it's a restaurant that they secretly don't like, that you didn't know they don't like that might make them angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, so be careful with it. Like, little things like that, that, like, you wouldn't think would make the Aries mad, or you would think the Aries is just going to brush off and deal with, is going to make the Aries mad, okay? And once again, the Aries is going to might check his or her impulses, meaning, like, they're not going to say they're mad. They may not even outwardly show they're mad, but you can still tell that something, they may be quiet. Their faces may be like really like mean mugging, like looking around, you know, just like they just don't seem happy. Like that means they're mad, okay? But they can't express that anger. All right, so they have to check that impulse of expressing their anger. All right. All right, so those are some things you could do to anger in Aries. What are some things you okay? All right, here we go. All right, let me see how I can word this correctly. If an Aries man or woman tells you to call her at 8 o'clock, and you don't call her or him at 8 o'clock, that's gonna make them mad. You didn't do something that the Aries prompted you or asked you to do. If you say you're gonna call the Aries at 8 o'clock, or you know what I'm saying, 8 a.m., 8 p.m., whatever, and you don't call, period. Like, that's gonna make the Aries mad. Like, you just don't call, period. That's gonna make the Aries really, really mad. All right. When you say you're gonna do something and you don't do it, that is gonna make the Aries mad. Okay. Especially if the Aries, because the Aries are very trusting people, very loving, loyal people deep down. That really hard, fiery facade. Okay. So when the Aries pulls you into his or her inner circle, and you kind of act disloyal like that, like that's kind of off-putting to the Aries. Okay, Aries don't like disloyalty. So any sign of disloyalty, you not doing something you said you were gonna do, is gonna make the Aries mad. Okay. Um, what was the other one? Dang it, I forgot what the other one was. You don't do something you said you were gonna do. You do something that makes the Aries mad. You say something that makes the Aries mad. Common sense. A, B, C, D. E, all of the above. I think that was all, right? I feel like there were a couple more. Anyways, these are some of the reasons why an Aries woman or man would get mad at you. Or these are some reasons why Aries men and women are easily angered. They just don't like dealing with. They hate wasting time as well. They hate their time being wasted. Like, especially in group settings. Like, if people, like, if they're trying to say, like, you know, people are trying to figure out, you know, where they want to eat together, like in a group setting, and like You know, people keep going back and forth. Well, I don't know. I kind of want Chinese. I don't know. I could go for steak. I don't know. I kind of want a baked potato. Like, all this indecisiveness is going to make the Aries angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, just pick a damn place. Like, that's an Aries. Just pick a damn place and let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? That's an Aries. Aries hates his or her time to be wasted. So don't waste their time. Um, and just get straight to the point with an Aries man or woman, okay? Always get straight to the point. Always be transparent and see through, okay? Because that's what the Aries wants, is someone who's transparent and straight up and honest and straightforward with them. Because that's how they are with other people, especially those that they love and that are closest to them. With acquaintances, I feel Aries men and women are usually very quiet and very kind of like like they temper their temper. They temper their temperamentalness around acquaintances and new people. You know what I'm saying? Until bam, you know, it's like they finally get to that point in the relationship where it's like, I'm comfortable with you and you're comfortable with me and I can be my real self now. I'm Aries, hear me roar. You know what I'm saying? That's an Aries. So Aries hates power plays as well, like you trying to figure out, you know, if you have power over the Aries, or you trying to figure out if the Aries is gonna let, you know, you walk over him or her, like how much, like you're just trying to figure out how much power you have over Aries, how much power you have in the relationship. Like the Aries is going to check you each and every time, and the Aries is going to look at you differently each and every time. Like, really? Why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to act like that? Why'd you have to do that power play type of thing? Like, that's weird, and I'm going to have to push you back a little bit, push you away a little bit, because this friendship is weird, the energy, like, you know. So don't do any power plays. Be just being equal in the relationship with an Aries, whether it's a friendship, partnership, you know, husband, wife, whatever, cousin, aunt, uncle. All right. Um, just be real and upfront. Use your common sense, people. Do what you're gonna say you're gonna do when you're gonna do it. When you said you were gonna do it with an Aries, okay? Um, you know, watch what you say. Watch your mouth around an Aries, okay? You have to watch your mouth, all right? Don't get slick at the mouth, alright? Don't do anything to embarrass the Aries either, okay? The Aries really does not like to be embarrassed. Don't call them out. You know, you have to, you know, don't call them out in public. But calling them out is the best time to call them out is behind closed doors, whether you're friend or family, where the Aries can really duke it out with you one-on-one, rather than being put on the spot in front of a whole bunch of people, where people are like, ooh, you know, Aries doesn't like all that. You know, the Aries would rather much be one-on-one, you know, with you. All right, so that is some ways you can make an Aries man or woman angry. All right, these men and women are sweet as pie. At the center of their core, they are very loyal to a T, loyal to a fault, ride or die people. Always have your back. Always have your best interests at heart. Always willing to defend and stick up for you. All right, and we love that energy. We need that energy. We need people to stick up for us and defend for us, especially those who, you know, aren't able to defend for themselves. You know, um, that's important for an Aries. Okay, um, the Aries man or woman is not going to let you walk over him or her. And if they do, they're not going to let you do it for much too longer before they get you together. All right, so you know, that's an Aries man or woman. Alright? Thank you for listening and watching. Please check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com, where you can purchase your own personal reading. Check out my Instagram at Lamarr Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend official. Check out my Bandcamp. Follow me on SoundCloud. Follow me on Google Plus, and check you guys next time. Aries, keeping cool and not angry. Alright? See ya.